Hi everyone, this is teacher Sandra. So this is question 1 of one question a day with math nuggets. Day 1. So this is a circles question. We have two identical quadrants and two identical isosceles triangles. So what we know here is that the radius of the quadrant is 20 cm. So this part here is the radius of the quadrant, which is 20 cm. Right? So first we probably need to find out the area of the unshaded triangles. So we need to know the base and height of the triangles. So the base would be this, the yellow highlighted, and that's actually the radius of the circle. Now then the height, the blue highlighted, will actually be half the radius. Now for those of you who can't see it, if I actually extend this line and I make this a square, can you see that these are two identical isosceles triangles? So the height here will be 10. This is actually 10 as well. Alright? So let me find the area of one triangle. Half times base, 20, times height, 10. So this is 100. So I have two of those. 2 times 100, that's 200. Next, let's find the area of the two quadrants. So quarter plus quarter, we'll get a semicircle. So half times pi is not indicated, so we're supposed to use calculator value of pi, times radius times radius. So this will be 200 pi. So from here I'm supposed to take the total area of the two quadrants to minus the area of the two unshaded triangles, which is 200. So 200 pi minus 200. Okay, I'm supposed to have approximately equals to 428.318, and they asked us to round off to 2 decimal places, so 2 is here. I'll check the third decimal place, so that's 428.32 square centimeters, and that's the answer for day 1. So for day 2, the question tells us that the area of triangle BEF is 90 square centimeters. So BEF, which is this yellow color triangle, is 90. Then we know that AE is equals to BE. These two lines are the same. And we also know that the ratio of the length of AF to FD is 1:3. So AF, 1 unit, FD, 3 units. Okay, so one thing I noticed here, triangle AEF and triangle EBF, so the green and the yellow triangles, they are actually of the same area. Why? They have the same base and they also have the same height. So if the two triangles have the same base and height, they will have the same area. So part A is asking us to find the area of the shaded part. We know that this area is 90. This is 90. Now if I actually cut a line across and I make it a rectangle, the two triangles there, the green and the yellow triangles, make up half of that rectangle. So you see I have a rectangle drawn on top, right? That's half. So which means that's 180. So I can proceed to cut this further. Okay, so can you see that I have one rectangle here? Okay, I'm going to find out what is the area of that rectangle on top. Okay, so one rectangle would be 90 times 4, which is 360. So then the whole figure, which is 4 rectangles, which is 360 times 4, which is 1440. Then if I take that to minus the 2 unshaded triangles, which is 180, I get 1260. Square centimeters, this is the answer for A. Okay, now then for B, find the perimeter of the rectangle. If you know that the area of the rectangle is 1440 and the length is 60, you divide by the length, you get 24, and 24 is the breadth. Okay, so in order to find the perimeter, it would be breadth plus length plus length. So you get 168 cm. This is the answer for part B, the perimeter of the rectangle. This is day 3. We know that the fruiterer had the same number of apples, pears, and lemon at first. Then 98 lemons, some apples, and pears were sold. In the end, there were 297 fruits left. Twice as many apples as pears left. Lemons left was 13 fewer than the apples left. We're trying to find the pears that were sold. So for this, I'll probably start from the end. Let me start from the back. So I'm going to start listing down everything. We have apples, pears, lemons. So there are twice as many apples as pears left. So I'll call this 2 units, pear 1 unit. And the lemons left was 13 fewer than the apples. So the lemons will be 2u minus 13. Okay, and since they tell us that there are 297 fruits left, right? So which means that 2 units plus 1 unit plus 2 units minus 13 will give us 297. Okay, so if I were to combine this, let me solve for my units. So 5u minus 13 is 297. So I'll know that 5 units is 297 plus 13 is 310. Go on and solve for 1 unit, which is 310 divided by 5. That's 62. So 1 unit is 62. We can actually find out how many of the individual fruits are left, right? Let me find out the apples. 62 times 2. 1, 2, 4. And then for the lemons will be 1, 2, 4 minus 13, which is 111. Okay. So I can change this. So 2 units is actually 1, 2, 4. For the pears, 62. Lemons, 111. So from here we can work backwards. 98 lemons were sold. We add back the 98 lemons. So there were 209 lemons at the beginning, which means there were 209 apples and 209 pears at the beginning, right? But we don't know how many. Wait, they were so yeah, correct. Okay, so from here we are able to find out the number of pears sold already. What we want to find is this. If we know that there were 209 pears in the end, sorry, 209 pears at first, not in the end, then we add back we subtract the pairs. $62 is the pairs in the end. Wait. So from here, we're able to find the pairs sold by taking 209, which is the number of pairs at first, minus 62, which is the pairs in the end. So we get 147. That's the number of pairs sold. This is day 4. Day 4 is a rate question. We know that Anna and Ben takes 9 days to complete the jigsaw puzzle. Ben and Celine takes 3 days. Then when Celine partners with Dennis, they take 4 days. So we are trying to find out how many days will Anna and Dennis take to complete 2 of such puzzles. So for rate, we're going to have to go down to 1 day and find out for each partnership. So Anna and Ben, if they take 9 days to complete a jigsaw puzzle, so in 1 day they will complete what fraction of the puzzle? They will complete 1 out of 9 of the puzzle, right? Next, Ben and Celine, if they take 3 days to complete the puzzle, in 1 day they will complete 1/3 of the puzzle. And now for Celine and Dennis, if they take 4 days to complete the puzzle, in 1 day they will complete 1 out of 4 of the puzzle. Okay, so the question wants us to find A plus D. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to find out A plus B plus B plus C plus C plus D. I'm basically going to add all of them up. Okay, so I'm going to take 19 plus 1/3 plus 1/4. I get 25 out of 36. Okay, from here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take A plus B plus C plus D. I'm going to take 19 plus 1/4. This gives me 13 out of 36. Then I'm able to find what's A plus D, the fraction that A and D will complete, by taking 13 out of 36 and I minus B and C, which is 1/3. I get 1 out of 36. So this tells me that A and D, in 1 day, they will complete 1 out of 36 of the puzzle. So which means, if 1 out of 36 of the puzzle takes them 1 day to complete, 36 out of 36, which is 1 whole puzzle, would take them 36 to complete. But this is only 1 puzzle. The question wants us to find 2 such puzzles, so it will be 36 times 2. They will take a total of 72 days to complete. So next, this is day 5. We know that there are thrice as many cars as vans, and we know that the cars is twice the number of motorcycles, and the total number of wheels, 4,598. Part A asks us how many cars are parked at the car park. We're trying to find the number of cars. So this is actually units times value, or you can think of it as sets. So let's sort out the ratio first. So we're talking about cars, vans, and motorcycles. So there are twice as many cars as vans. So cars is to vans, 3 is to 1. The cars twice the number of motorcycles. Okay, so cars is to motorcycles twice. So we can see that cars repeated. I'm going to multiply to make cars the same. I times 2 and I times 3 here. So this becomes 6 is to 2 and 6 is to 3. So which means cars is to vans is to motorcycle would be 6 is to 2 is to 3. Alright, so this tells us that in one set there will be 6 cars, 2 vans, and 3 motorcycles. Next, I'm going to find out the total number of wheels in this set. So the car wheels, 6 times 4, 24. Van wheels, 2 times 4, 8. Motorcycle wheels, 3 times 2, 6. Next, we add everything up. 24 plus 8 plus 6. In total, we have 38 wheels in a set. Okay? Now, we know that the total number of wheels is 4,598. So now we need to find out the number of sets. 4,598 divided by 38. We get 121. So we know that there are 121 sets. Sets of what? Sets of these. This is one set. Okay? So the question is asking us for a number of cars. So we go back to one set. One set we have 6 cars. So if we have 121 sets, 6 cars in a set, in total there are 726 cars. That's the answer for part A. Okay, then now part B, if one third of the motorcycles left the car park, how many vehicles are left in the car park? Right, so let me find out the total vehicles first. Now in one set we have 6 plus 2 plus 3, which is 11 vehicles. So we have 121 sets times 11 vehicles. There are a total of 1,331. So then I need to find the motorcycles. In one set we have 3 motorcycles. So originally there were 363 motorcycles. And if 1/3 of them left the car park, so I would have 2/3 of them remaining. Actually, I should find the 1/3 so that I can just subtract from the total later on. So we know that 121 motorcycles left the car park. So this is 1/3 of the motorcycles, okay? So then we take the total vehicles, 1331 minus the motorcycles that left. We're left with 1,210 vehicles at the car park. That's the answer for part B. Next, we have day 6. This is a quantity versus value question. So we know that there were thrice as many roses as orchids. We know that $703 collected in total. We also know that she collected 437 more for the roses. And we know the difference in the price of each rose and orchid. So I'm going to draw the models. I'm going to split out the information into the quantity and the value. So they tell us about the quantity, roses and orchids. She sold thrice as many roses as orchids. Okay, then we have the value as well. How much she paid. She collected $437 more for the roses than the orchids, and she paid a total of $703. And what's given to us as well is the value of each of them, rose and orchid. The stock of the rose costs $1.50 more than the stock of orchids. Okay, so from this, I'm able to start from the total value first. So let me find out what's the total value of all the orchids. Okay, so that's 703 minus that, and I divide it by 2. That's $133. And that's actually 1 unit of the orchid. The value is 133. Okay, next I'm going to find the total value of all the roses. That will be 133 plus 437. That's 570. And if you look at the roses, it's actually 3 units. So I need to find what is 1 unit, the value of 1 unit of the rose. Alright, so I'm going to have to take 570 divided by 3. I get 190. That is the value for 1 unit of rose. Okay, so that's the value of 1 unit of rose, which is here. Right. So let me bring your attention to this. So we know 1 unit of roses has a value of 190. 1 unit of orchids has a value of 133. Next, I have to find the value of the difference in the value of 1 unit of each. Okay, so if I know that roses 190, orchid 133, if I do a subtraction, I'm able to know that the difference in value between 1 unit of rose and 1 unit of orchid is $57. We also know that the difference between 1 rose and 1 orchid is 150. So now we actually need to find out what is the quantity of the flowers inside 1 unit. If the total difference is $57 and the difference of 1 stalk is 150, if we do a division, we get 38. 38 tells us the quantity in 1 unit, which is here. 38 flowers in 1 unit. Alright, so we're trying to find the cost of a stalk of orchid. So we know that there were 38 orchids. Right, and the total value 133, so we can just take 133 divided by 38. And we will know that the cost of a stalk of orchid will be $3.50. So now this is day 7. We know that there are 40 pupils in total. We know the ratio of the number of boys to the girls is 2:3. We know that 5/8 of the boys wear specs, and we know that 2/3 of the girls wear specs. So part A is asking us what percentage of the class wore specs in January. So since I know the ratio of boys to girls is 2:3, my total units is 2 plus 3, 5. So I know that 5 units is 40 pupils. 1 unit will be 40 divided by 5, which is 8. So let me find the number of boys and girls individually. So total boys would be 8 times 2, 16. Total girls would be 8 times 3, 24. Next, let's find the boys who wear specs. So I'm just going to write boys wear specs like that, okay? So 5/8 of the boys times the boys times 16. So do cross cancellation. Oops, that's 1. Divide by 8, divided by 8. So boys wear specs would be 10. Next, we have girls wear specs. 2/3 of the girls, so we times 24. Cross cancellation. 16 girls wear specs. So what percentage of the girls of the class wore specs? So total who wear specs would be 10 plus 16, which is 26. So in order to find the percentage, it will be 26 out of 40 times 100. That gives me 65%. That's the answer for part A. Okay, so now for part B. 5 more pupils needed to wear specs in July. What percentage of the class wore specs in July? So again, they're asking for the percentage. It increased by 5 people. So that means from 26, now it became 31. So the new fraction, the new percentage will be 31 out of 40 times 100, which is 77.5%, and that's the answer for part B. So that's the end for day 1 to day 7. Keep a lookout for the next video, which is day 8 to day 14. Happy practicing!